Hi, this is Thomas with JapaneseGardensDC.com. I decided to do this video to explain my philosophy on business and how to create beautiful gardens for my clients. I chose to film it in a natural setting versus a garden. The Japanese gardener has great respect for nature. The oldest word in Japanese for garden is niwa, which is respect for nature, or an idealized miniaturization of nature. I try to work like an old world craftsman, like an old style Japanese or Chinese gardener. Although I'm American, I work completely different than most American landscaping companies, who usually have a salesperson or designer to come out to your property and tell you what they think you should have. And then they send a crew to come in and do the garden as quickly as possible with maybe very little care or communication between the designer and the workers. They're just trying to get it done as fast as possible. I've kept my business very small so that I can give personal service to each one of my clients. I meet with them and I try to find out what they're interested in and what they like. There's many different styles within Japanese gardens. And then I design and visualize the garden in my mind, and then I will make a very rough sketch just to show the basic design elements and placement of the garden. I take great emphasis on doing an itemized budget, so there's complete transparency of the costs. This is very important to most clients. The budget is almost like a palette for me to create the garden from. I list all the trees and shrubs, stones, rocks, etc., water features, lighting, whatever the client is looking for. But then I create the garden. Smaller gardens I work by myself. Larger projects I might have one or two people helping me. But I'm always on site and take a great amount of care in creating a garden that my customer will be very happy with. To me, it's like a labor of love. The most important thing when I finish the project is for my client to be happy with it. Life is very stressful now, and I work for a lot of busy professionals, and I try to create an oasis for them, a place after a hard day's work they can come home and relax, de-stress, contemplate, meditate, enjoy, entertain. I have 30 years experience. I've been in business for 20 years, and I strive to have long-term relationships with my clients, many of which I've worked for 10 or 15 or more years. So I'll design the garden for them and install it, and after that I will maintain it as my clients' preferences dictate. Some people want to do a lot of maintenance themselves, and I can even train people on how to prune. Most of my gardens are very low maintenance, so I can come a couple of times a year or once a month, depending on what needs to be done. I do all types of water features, lighting. I have pretty good carpentry skills. If you're wondering why I'm filming Buddha, I'm a very private person, a very modest person, and I prefer to stay in the background instead of being in the forefront. And so Buddha to me represents peaceful meditation that a tranquil garden can provide. The sign is in Chinese characters, and it reads Garden Art Master. And that's my lifetime goal, is to be a garden art master. The sign was given to me by a good friend of a client that I did a Chinese garden for in the style of Suzhou, China. And she was doing a couple of signs to put in the garden, and she presented me with this, which I considered a great honor. Anyway, I do custom gardens in the Washington, D.C. metro area in Northern Virginia. I do large gardens, small gardens. I'm pretty experienced with city work. So if you'd like to meet with me for a consultation, you can visit my website, which is JapaneseGardensDC.com. My email is JapaneseGardensDC@gmail.com. There's a link to my email on my website, or my cell phone is 703-217-6030. You can call or text me during normal business hours. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll leave you with some scenes of this beautiful natural environment, which is very close to me in Northern Virginia. Thank you.